Hi, this is Kim White with the My Sexy Business team. I cannot tell you how excited I am this morning. I've been up since 4:30 my time, waiting for this time to come because this is such an amazing interview that's going to happen. It's going to set some things in motion that are life-changing and really a game changer for the one that I'm going to interview. I want to tell you about her. She's amazing. She not only is a brilliant businesswoman, she's a professional cabinet maker. She's a kitchen design expert. She is a powerhouse extraordinaire. She is beautiful on top of being so handsome. And I am just grateful that she said yes, that we could make this announcement together, and that she was willing to take a very big risk in what I've actually asked her to do. So welcome, Camille Finan.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kim. Glad to be here.
She is actually the famous kitchen coach. She's actually the one that has been doing kitchen remodels. She's done over 4,000 kitchens. Let that sink in for just a minute.
That's a lot.
4,000. I'm thinking one is a lot. Mm-hmm. and you have done it repeatedly. So you understand the process in a way that, someone who's out there frustrated with the way their kitchen works, they don't even know where to start. And you've done it so many times, you could do it in your sleep.
Pretty much.
So I think that's a very, powerful thing. But I do want to point out that the announcement is really, really, really sexy, because Camille got to a place where she realized she couldn't make the impact that she was actually capable of making unless she did some things different in business. And one of those things is she really needed to go online. She needed to come where more people had access to her, but where it didn't keep her from being able to have a life. There's a fine line. We always say we're here to help you create sexy businesses for sexy lives. And we believe that. We do not believe in creating messes or jobs. We believe in creating something sexy for everyone involved. And you are doing that. Like this
I'm trying.
This is the very first time she's made herself available like this. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm like going to explode over here because I'm just like...
Me too. Yay. Throwing confetti, right?
Exactly. We needed some confetti this morning, didn't we?
It's like a kitchen party. We needed some confetti.
It's too early for champagne, but we can pretend.
Right.
But, Camille has such expertise in the kitchen design, area, that the way that she can help more people without having to be in everyone's kitchen, because here's the thing, I'm in Texas right now, and she would have to fly here. She would have to sacrifice days of, her time to come and help me. And so she has found a way to do things online that is going to rock the remodel business for sure, the world.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about what started as an idea? Let's back up and give them a little backstory, because, there's a lot of people that follow us that are all about business, but they're struggling along the way, which is all of us. It's we're not sure of missing pieces or whatever.
Yeah.
But do you want to give them a little backstory of how you even thought to do it online instead of physically in person every time?
Yeah, so I've been a cabinet maker for 20 plus years. And so I'm physically making I don't know if you're getting that feedback, that's better. I'm physically making the cabinets and spraying them and installing them, which I absolutely love, that physical, tangible part. But I've noticed in the last couple of years that basically I spent more of my time doing that and less of my time kind of doing the front end design part that I really love. And because I'm physically limited at how many kitchens I can build a month, which is around 30, I really wasn't able to make a big impact. I mean, I couldn't really help or serve all these women that I feel, I see them repeatedly get ripped off, taken advantage of. They're frustrated. They don't know what the actual process is. They don't know how to protect themselves. And they get stuck, right? They just think about their kitchens for years and they never do anything. So I had this concept of now with live video where you can have a group of people on at the same time. I thought, well, if I could present the same information that I teach to my in-person women, but do it through this medium, I would be able to actually share with much more women, a lot more women, all those concepts, the really fun parts, how to make it pretty, how to solve all the design problems and make it functional, how to save money, how to not get ripped off, how to hire contractors, a lot of the kind of big pain points that happen in a kitchen remodel. So I thought, well, if I could do it online, I would be able to serve a lot more women and really help them. And it would bring back sort of the joy in the business for me as well, because I physically wouldn't have to be in their house. So that's how the concept came up. And then the more I thought about it and started to really investigate it, I thought, wow, this might be the next step for my career, because I've pretty much done everything I can do with building kitchens. I've pretty much learned everything there is to learn. And now I just want to share it with as many women as I can, basically. And this industry is notorious, kind of like car salesmen. This industry is notorious for women getting taken advantage of, and I'm a strong advocate it's like an injustice to me. It really, really bugs me. So I want to be able to change that. I really want women to feel empowered and have fun in a group environment with your girlfriends. I thought this would be an amazing way to do a kitchen remodel as a group, kind of. So that's how the concept came up.
But how amazing is that? Because I want to stop and let everybody kind of let that sink in for a minute. The incredible value that you bring to the table, because you mentioned all the things that keep us from doing a remodel. Mm-hmm. We might hate our kitchen, right, because it doesn't function right, but how do we know what it's going to cost? And we hear all these horror stories about people getting taken advantage of by, contractors. And then we want all these high-end things, but we don't even know what it really costs. So we might think it costs $100,000 when in reality
it costs like 50 or 30. Yeah, exactly.
And so I love that you are serving. See, this is where I think that stuff gets really sexy, is that when you want to help people and serve people in a bigger way, which is what this is about, you actually create such an amazing circle for women in particular who need you. Like, I was talking to you yesterday about, imagine some of the like celebrity people that you think of, and imagine having access to them where you could actually just chit chat. Really,
right?
I'm struggling because this thing happened.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have that kind of access. Like, unless you know someone that's, on TV or you can, but I would rather have someone who knows, because they've been doing it. It's not just the design element.
Right.
It's the fact that you've been in over 4,000 kitchens solving the problems that were actually being designed into.
Yep, that's the yeah, that's generally what happens. Is the women that do a remodel, they basically just focus on the pretty parts, and unfortunately they transfer the same problems into the new remodel. I see that happen all the time. They spend a bunch of money And the cabinet maker, it's not in his interest to solve those problems. He just wants to make as much money as he can. So you end up with a really pretty kitchen, a pretty second kitchen, and none of the problems have been fixed. And the woman still doesn't really understand, like, what just happened, right? So that's like the worst case scenario. I hate seeing that. So, yeah.
I think that another cool part, because, you know, you're an expert at doing the design and you're an expert in the building the cabinetry. You're an expert in the process of all of that. But you also are a cook. I mean, you also love to cook. You cook every day in your own kitchen, and you love to feed people.
Yep.
And, you know, to me, that means you understand when I tell you I need a different kind of drawer, or I need it to function where I can actually get to my spices without having to like reach over the flame of what I'm cooking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just little things that every one of us, you know, wishes we had some little something different.
Right.
But we don't even know that there's
a solution.
Yeah.
A solution, a simple solution usually. Yeah. Yeah. I have like 7 sort of I don't know. They're like 7 different design principles that I've sort of learned over the, 20 years of doing this. I basically, because I cook myself every night, I know what it's like to have to pull out a bunch of pots and pans out of the doors and be on your knees. Like, that's irritating, right? So I figured out a solution to that. You always need spices. I figured out a solution to that. Your pantry's always a mess. I figured out a solution to that. So I kind of, over the last 20 years, instead of just doing what every other cabinet maker does, which is the same types of things, I just, because I'm a woman, right, and women are problem solvers, I just thought, well, I can build any cabinet. Why not just figure out how to solve the problem? And then it ended up over the 20 years that those same 7 things, those same 7 principles, basically solve 99% of all the problems in almost every single kitchen. So it's not really that complicated. It's just nobody spent any time thinking about it, thinking about the types of things you're putting away and the types of access that you need. And that's it. So that's basically kind of what we're going to be teaching these women, is the same things I teach my real clients in real life, is just, look, these 7 problems are in almost every single kitchen. You solve them and you instantly make it better. Another concept that I like to use a lot is that good design is not expensive. It's just thoughtful. I mean, there's nothing unusual about me. I just spent some time thinking about how to solve my own problems in my own kitchen, and being a cook, that's all I did. And then because I could build whatever I wanted, I just started changing my cabinets to solve those problems. So it's actually, they're quite simple solutions, but they literally work every time. So, yeah.
But, and I want to say, one of the big announcements is you're actually going to do your first kitchen coach design class with group coaching to get us started. And I want to make the announcement. I mean, you're making the announcement about the class, but I want to make the announcement that I get to be the first one in your class.
Yes. I'm just as excited. Like, it's such an amazing way to teach what I already sort of teach one-on-one, but the ability to teach 20 women at the same time, the same thing, and then the interactions between them, like, I've never been able to do that, right? I've never been able to get 20 clients in the same room and then watch them help each other and talk about stuff. Like, that's really powerful to me. Like, that is really, really exciting. That is a really unusual way to go through a kitchen remodel. And I can't believe I didn't think of it before, to be honest. So, but the technology's gotten a lot better. It's so much easier to teach this way now. And I had to get over my fear of being on camera and just embrace this. So that's like sort of me getting out of my comfort zone. But it's really going to bring this amazing new chapter to my life, and the ability to be able to interact in real time. And that is such a blessing, I think, to me. Like, I think it's going to be a really fun way to teach kitchen design. I mean, I really do.
And I think we owe a big thank you to Tiffany Bymaster
Yeah.
who
Tiffany.
introduced us.
Yes, more confetti, more confetti.
More confetti. Had it not been for her introducing us, though, I would not have even known. So I could, number one, be in the class, but also help you facilitate it. Because just like most people who are trying to get into the online space, there are tiny little things that will hold you back that you don't know are tiny. They seem insurmountable at the time.
Yep.
And you have been amazing through this process. I want to make sure that I publicly that you have done a lot of things that were scary, like doing live video. You've done a lot of things which were like lots of little technology tweaks that you didn't know, but you now know. Like you now have the ability to do things in such a bigger scale.
Yeah.
It can help so many more people. This first class, which I'm just like, I cannot stand it. I'm so excited.
Me too.
This first class is like your beta class to make sure that you're going to, be able to do all the things that everyone in the group needs. But I want everyone listening to stop and think for a second about the biggest pain point for me, and I'm going to use me as an example, is the things that I don't know that I don't know.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I want a solution, but I don't even know that it's a possibility.
Right.
And so then you get access, which I think is the biggest part of your class, is the access to you.
And I think it's the most exciting to me, too, is to be able to actually, in real time, be able to answer questions that, just like me with the technology, you could just answer that question. It took like 1 second versus agonizing over it for a long time. I have to give you just a little bit of history of the average client that comes to me. Most of the women have literally been thinking about doing their kitchen for years, not weeks, not months. Literally 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. They have absolutely hated their kitchen every single day and had no idea what to do, no idea who to call. And yet, we're going to do this in 30 days, right? In just a four-week classes, we're going to solve all those. You're going to be able to ask all of your questions, and it's just going to be like a simple answer. And then everybody's going to hear it at the same time, which is what I love. Like, here's why this solves that problem. And all 20 women or however many women are in the group are going to go, oh, like all at the same time. And it's going to get them over that tiny little hurdle, just like you solved things for me. And then they can just take off. They can just move forward, right? I love the concept of that instant, real time, ask a question, get an answer, a qualified answer. And here's why, right? Just an explanation. Here's why that works or doesn't work. I love the ability to be able to do that. Like, I have no way of doing that right now. So I'm really excited about that part.
Me too. But the fact that you understand and you're not going to be upset if we don't know an answer to something, or we know something that maybe we feel like it's kind of a stupid question, but we don't have anybody to ask.
Yep.
And you are giving simple answers to what we feel like are complex problems.
Right. Exactly.
I think that your class, and I just want to go into a little bit of the details about the class, because if anyone's listening, this big announcement is that Camille is doing this, but this little celebrity kitchen coach, you will be surprised where all she ends up in the next few days, because she's got a whole series of people wanting to interview her about this, because it's such a great concept. It's such an amazing, idea that you had. And so in the class, because I do have a little privy information.
You have a little bit, yes. There's more surprises to come.
Yay. But in the class, we're actually going to be able to pick out the things we actually want. It's not you saying we have to all use white cabinets and blue tile.
Nope.
It's all custom to each person that's in the class.
Yep.
We actually get to create a storyboard, is what you called it, or a vision board.
Like a vision board for your kitchen, which is really super fun to do. It's literally like a little craft project that we do together. And I love that part because you can literally take it around with you as you go shopping, and it's simple and powerful, and it makes you feel like you're doing something, right? It makes you feel like you're actually maybe going to get to do a kitchen remodel. So I love it. It's an action step that's super fun.
And I want to say this too, because this is something that I think will come up as a question, and that is whether this is just for you doing your own remodeling or whether you're hiring a contractor. And this is for both.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it would be impossible for me to teach you how to physically remodel your kitchen in 30 days. I may do a second class on that because you could buy pre-made cabinets and I could teach you how to install them. Women are great at cabinetry. So I could do that as a follow-up class, but this class is really learning the process, because that's generally why people get stuck. What comes first? What comes next? What comes next? How to figure out what it's going to look like, and incorporate great functionality. So you fix the problems that you have right now so they don't go over to the new kitchen. So what it's going to look like, how it's going to function, how much those things are going to cost, and then how to implement it by hiring contractors. Or you buy pre-made cabinets and install it yourself, but I'm not physically teaching you how to install the cabinets right now. Because there's a lot to cover. And that's part of why a lot of women don't move forward, because it can feel extremely overwhelming. There's a lot of little decisions to make. And so, to be able to, it's a luxury to be able to go through an inexpensive class with a group of people and basically break it down into chunks so that it's not overwhelming. And, you get a plan at the end of the thing. So, which I might want to bring up, which is a really important part, because this class is for all women, because women just learn differently. They interact differently. They listen, right? So this is a private, safe place to ask any questions. There's no dumb questions at all. And my bigger goal is that a lot of women have a really hard time getting their husbands to sign off on doing a kitchen remodel. It's another big obstacle, right?
Well,
and go ahead.
Can I stop you for just a second? Because I want to preface this with something that was a funny conversation.
Okay.
Because the truth is, what you're about to say is like really a big deal, but men think differently than women. Yeah. Like, men think, how much time is it going to take? Are you going to interrupt me getting my dinner every night? Are you going to cost me like tons of money and then not be happy about it? I mean, those are the kind of things that men think about, while women are, they want the functional and they want the pretty and they want this. And you and your expertise are bringing that together where they speak the same language.
Yep. That's basically it. I mean, I never want to sign a woman whose husband doesn't want to participate, who doesn't want to be doing it. I mean, that's not the kind of job I want, right? I want him to be happy too, but he needs information. Men generally, they want to see a plan. They don't like just winging it, right? Yes. So I can understand why they say no, right? They're really trepidatious about it. So basically, I help the women create a plan that they love, that they can afford, and then sell it to their husband. And then both people are totally happy. And 90% of the time, the husband's like so thankful and grateful because he also doesn't know the process. He also doesn't want to ask any stupid questions, but he's embarrassed to do it. And he doesn't want to ask, so he just doesn't deal with it, right? So it kind of it empowers him without saying that. And it lets him know, look, this is a real plan with a legitimate person and a real drawing and a real budget. This can actually happen. So it saves marriages. I have to say, I've saved a lot of marriages.
We are laughing, but I think it's absolutely the truth that you can
true.
Stuck in a battle over something that doesn't have to be.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, and then both people are on the same page, and that's what you want. I mean, you don't want a marriage, full of strife because she did it anyways and he didn't really want to do it, and that's not a good solution. So, and most of us are married, right? Most of us are married at this age. So 99% of the time having a plan convinces the husband, wow, this is doable and this is totally actionable.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Okay, I want to go over the class stuff because we could probably go on all day long because I could class.
We're going to save this for the class when we can talk forever.
So we're going to go in having no idea, and we're going to come out the other side. And this is what we're going to come out the other side with. We're going to actually have a vision board that we can take with us so that we can start making plans.
Yep.
We're going to have a budget of how much what we want, not just in general.
Yes, you're going to have a kitchen drawing by the end. I will have helped you sketch. So you're going to be the person to help figure out what I'll be teaching you, but you're going to learn how to actually design the cabinets, how to fix all the problems, and then you're going to be part of that process. And at the end, you'll get an actual professional cabinet drawing of your finished kitchen that you could hand to somebody.
Done by who? I want to point this out.
Done by me. Done by a professional cabinet maker. And that's worth literally thousands of dollars, that drawing. That's what you would pay if you hired someone, an architect or interior designer. You would pay thousands of dollars for that drawing, that sketch. So you're getting the actual drawing that you could use. You're going to do a vision board that has all your materials on it, so you know exactly the cabinet color, right? The type of cabinet, the cabinet color, the countertop, the tile, the paint. So you know what it's going to look like and the materials you're going to use. Yes. Then you're going to have a one-page budget that is something that you actually approved, and you know exactly what every line item is going to include. And you're going to have learned how to implement that plan. You're going to know whether you should hire a general contractor or whether you think you can be your own general contractor. Not build it, but manage all the subcontractors. Know how to check their licenses, know about permitting issues, know about job site access, know how to protect yourself, have an exit strategy if something goes wrong. How do you get out of a contract, right? How do you avoid a problem or plan for something? And then we'll be doing it together. And by the end of the 4 classes, 4 weeks, we're going to do like a little kitchen launch party. And you're going to be able to present to the group your drawing, your finished drawing, what it's going to look like, and we're just going to celebrate each other. And of course, you can ask any questions the whole time and get feedback from me. So you'll have what I consider an approved plan. I will give you my personal feedback on your things that you want, and I'll be able to tell you if I think it's going to work or not, or it's too expensive, or you should change this or not. But you'll be 100% part of that entire process. And all the other ladies in the group will be giving feedback and suggestions and all that. So it's a really fun concept. I wish I had thought of it years ago, literally. Well, there wasn't the technology to do it as easily. So,
well, I want to point out that you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars and nowhere to even take those thousands of dollars and get that kind of help. There's no one else doing that like this.
Yeah. No, nobody's doing it like this. Yeah.
I get a celebrity famous kitchen coach who's done all these kitchens. I get access to you in a private Facebook group. I get a vision board. I get
the drawing itself.
The drawing. I get a budget so that I can have a plan. Yep. And I get to have a party online and celebrate all this with a group of other women who are on the same journey of learning. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And okay, I'm going to say this part out loud because that is it's invaluable. It's priceless because we can't even get this somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
But for the first 20, is it okay if I tell?
You can tell.
I'm a princess and I can't stand it anymore.
You can't stand a secret.
But for the first 20 ladies that do this group, because it is your beta group, they will get all of that. And if they sign up and they're part of that first 20, they get the ridiculous price of only $250.
Yeah. Yeah. I want it to be affordable because I want you to spend your money on the kitchen. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's going to be super fun for me. It's a new chapter for me in my career, and the ability to serve a bunch of women and help a bunch of women not get ripped off and just really know what they're doing. Be confident when they start their kitchen remodel, And it's a way that I actually can't do even in real life because I'm only working one-on-one. So the ability to do it as a group of women for such a low cost is really, really fun for me. I'm super excited.
Well, can I just make sure that I have confirmation? This is the selfish part of my princessness.
Okay.
Just make sure I have confirmation that I get to be the first one in the class, and as soon as we get done, I'll post the link so people can actually like sign up. But I want to say out loud, please, I want to be in the class.
Absolutely. You can post, well, once we open so we're going to, when we open the actual Facebook group after all the women sign up, one of the first things you're going to be doing, one of the first action steps is do an assessment of your current kitchen and post all your ugly kitchen pictures. So we're going to be able to actually see the kitchen that you absolutely hate right now. And then by the end of the month, right, you're going to be able to see what the new kitchen is going to look like, right? So there's going to be this amazing sort of before and after effect as women start to do their remodels and implement it, right? And then post pictures back in the group. So we're going to get to actually see the before and after pictures, which is, which I do in real life, but it'll be fun to do it like in real time. So I'm really excited. But yes, I can't wait to see your ugly kitchen.
I just had all the comments pop up. I am so sorry. We have 79 comments that I did not see.
79. Oh my God.
So, okay, I want to go through really quickly and answer some of them because this is like a major deal. Yeah. They want to know when it is. The class will start on July the 20th.
We're going to basically close the cart on July 15th. And so it basically like the 16th is when we'll know the women in and we'll welcome them in. But the class will actually start the following week. So you kind of have like a little time to like process it, right? That this is what we're going to be doing.
Yes.
And I will say, let me just reiterate this. I know everybody's busy. I know my target market. I live with them. I'm in their kitchens every day. Every woman is swamped. She's stressed out. She's freaked out. She's got kids and businesses. So I designed this program specifically for really, really busy women to take learn a little bit in the live Zoom, right? So we're going to be doing it live. You'll have a little teeny outline and just 3 action steps a week. That's it. Just 3 tiny steps to move forward. So I just want to make sure it's 30 days. So it's a class a week and then 3 action steps. A class, 3 action steps. Do you want me to go over the outline a little bit, the 4 categories that we're doing? Or, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but.
I think we did. And the only thing is we're like totally running out of time.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then. Go ahead.
And I don't want to, but we will, if you can like help me get that, we'll get that available in the link.
Yeah.
The link will be available later today so that people can actually sign up. And if you are interested, I'm just going to say this. If you're interested and you're afraid you'll miss out on the 20 because it will sell out. She's already got 1 in, so she only needs 19 more.
Yeah.
If you're interested in it, message me or message Camille immediately.
Yeah. So we know, so we can check you off
on the list.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that the women understand that it's basically 4 lessons. This is not some huge program. There's going to be a lot of value, but that's going to be presented in real time through the Zoom call. And then just 3 action steps a week so that you can actually get this done, right? I don't want them to be overwhelmed and get stuck and do nothing. That's the purpose of this class, is to get them off their butts and get unstuck, right? So,
well, and I just have to tell you, I think you're brilliant. And I think that you have such a beautiful heart to serve because, you are all about helping and empowering other women to do the things that come like you. I mean, it's old school for you now at this point. You already did it. But there's so many of us that need this. And you have taken your big old generous heart and put it into something that is going to impact the first 20 anyway. Yeah. And then from there, we'll see like how big it gets. But I just want to thank you. Like I want to publicly thank you. Because it's going to impact my life. I mean, my husband is excited.
He's going to get a plan. He's going to actually know what it's going to cost and what you want it to look like. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to like make this announcement with you because I have been, well, like I said, I was up at 4:30 this morning, could not wait for the time to pass so that we could get on.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
So exciting. So thank you, Camille.
Awesome. Thank you. So
I
are there more questions? I just want to make sure there's not, or is it?
There might be, but it won't let me see them. So
Okay.
what we'll do is after we get off the interview, if
Yeah.
you wouldn't mind going back and just making sure, and I'll go back and make sure that
Yeah.
like we answer everything.
Yeah. And I
And
might
then,
just post, they're going to be able, it's called the Kitchen Coach, right? The Kitchen Coach is a Facebook page, so they can like that. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll do a follow-up Facebook Live later this afternoon. And I'll go through, I'll go through all the questions because they're probably really, really good questions. And I'll just print them off and I'll just do a Facebook Live and I'll answer all the questions. And the ladies can just watch the replay. Yeah, that's a simple solution. Awesome. Technology.
Yes.
Easy peasy.
And thank you for like getting past the not wanting to do lives and all of the technology challenges, because there's been plenty of them this week.
Yeah. No, I appreciate all your help as well. So.
Oh, but thank you for keep pressing on, because we need you. That's the thing, is we need your help. So
awesome. Well, and thanks to all the ladies that checked in. I sure appreciate your support. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for everyone who's watching, because I'm telling you, this is what like Sexy Business is all about, is really helping people and serving people in a huge way. And this is going to have such an impact. So thank you, Camille.
Thanks, guys.
I will post her information in the links, or in the comments, so that you can get connected to the Kitchen Coach page, which just started, and just get connected to her. But this is Kim White with the My Sexy Business team, and we're here to help you create sexy businesses for sexy lives. So we'll see you later.
Bye.